So today we're going to talk about Gucci Mane. And Gucci Mane is such an interesting character because the first part of his career, he was an absolute mess. I think he had some good qualities about him in terms of his hard work, his work ethic, and putting out a lot of material. But in general, there were a lot of negative kind of aspects around him. But as soon as he went to jail and then he came out in 2016, since then, he's been literally a model citizen in everything that he's done, and he's got so many gems. So I think going into the mindset and the psyche of someone that went from rock bottom essentially to literally kind of just the top of the game effectively, and the fact that this guy has fathered so many different rappers, he's put on so many rappers from Atlanta, you don't hear anything negative come out about him. Everyone, all of the rappers around him say positive things about him. So I think going into that kind of mindset will be very interesting and very useful to see how he's been able to get that success, how he's been able to maintain it, how he managed to also increase that level of fame when he came out of jail. In this first clip, we've got Gucci talking about the power of hard work and also saying that even if you don't have much talent, if you work hard, then you can still make a lot of money.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, well, my engineer, I had 2 engineers and I used to pay them, they 24/7.
Right.
You know, we had a shower in there, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to leave.
Right.
We here to work, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you gonna leave? What you gonna leave for? You ain't got your foot in the door yet. You know, if you keep grinding, it's gonna come to you. If it's for you, you gotta go get it. All these artists ain't the best rappers. Like some of the artists I pick, it ain't like, okay, he raps so good that I wanna work with him. All he gotta do is wanna grind. If you grind hard enough, you gonna make you some money. Straight out, just keep grinding. How you know, force it down their throat. You might don't never get on the radio, but you can make you some bread.
Right.
So
Man, I've heard for years that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and I was never sure if it was true, but Gucci literally just explained to us how it works, man. He says that the people that he works with, and even him, they're not the most talented rappers, but if you just grind hard and you put out the music, you put out a lot of music and you just work to your maximum potential, then you can make some form of money out of it. And I completely agree with it here. I mean, he's talking about a story where he had to have 2 different engineers because he was always working 24/7 and he just put out so many projects. I think in total he's put out between 101 and 105 projects. So we can see he literally floods the streets. And I think his thing is not really to perfect some of the sound of the music. It's more like he records it and he just puts out everything that he does. But I think that is good because it keeps your name relevant for a long time, obviously, and as well as that, it just shows the work rate. I mean, we've got a lot of people nowadays who will record maybe a couple songs in a month, whereas you've got someone like Gucci who's doing multiple songs in the day. He's in the studio at night having multiple engineers and having multiple people with him just to try and keep up with him. So I think that work rate is one of the things that's kept him so relevant for all of this time. I mean, we've got so many other interviews of other rappers saying that they learned their work rate because of Gucci, especially Young Thug as well. Young Thug was under Gucci and he got a lot of his work rate from Guap. In this next clip, Gucci talks about keeping a routine, keeping on the straight and narrow, and also keeping himself around good people while he was on probation, and then also when he was off probation, just carrying that on.
2 years. So that made me say, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna keep acting as if I'm still on probation.
Right.
And I ain't, because look what it's doing for me. And I just kept on. That's really what it was. When they said, man, you out 2 years, I'm like, damn, I'm just gonna keep on going what I'm doing. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm getting the results. And that's it. Every day it's like, man, just keep doing what you're doing.
I always talk about how in my life, at least, whenever I remove any negative aspects of my life and I get a routine of some sort, I always feel like I excel and I really propel myself. And we got Gucci talking about that here. He says that so he had a 3-year probation. So because of that, he didn't want to keep a lot of certain people around him with those kind of negative things around him, like the drugs and the guns and lean and everything like that. So he made himself his own routine and he kept himself around good people. And he noticed that in that first year, he managed to make so much progress and they took him off probation that he figured, let me just carry that routine on, because the more I carry on these routines, I think he realized that repetition breeds success. So repeating those good habits was going to bring him more success. And at this point, in 2018, he had so many #1 records that he was just going to repeat that same formula to get success. So I think that's one of the things that was really key for Gucci in terms of propelling his stardom after he had come out of jail. Yeah, so we're a product of the 5 people around us. I've been saying that for so long, and I think Gucci kind of talks about that here.
Inspired your crew, your team with this attitude?
My team, I kind of like, when I got locked up, I just shed all the people in my life that didn't need to be there. So my team, nobody on my team smokes or drinks anyway.
Wow.
Oh, that's really
You know
good.
what I'm saying? So it ain't about, I inspire them by, probably how hard I work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they inspire me, you know what I'm saying? Because they push me.
Lead
They
by
challenge
example.
me. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
challenge each other.
What's up?
I think this clip was really important. I mean, we got Gucci talking about shedding all of the people that he had before he was in prison, and I think that's key because there's a lot of people, not only in rap, but in life, where they have people around them that they don't really want to kind of cut off, but they're secretly kind of holding them back. And I think Gucci is talking about having those negative influences before. They were getting him certain kind of results that weren't positive. He shed them out of his life, and now he's got people around him that are inspired by him, but also some of them inspire him. So in a way, it forms some symbiotic relationship where both parties are both kind of competing with each other and being inspired, and I'm sure that has helped Gucci's team elevate. And then byproduct of that, it's caused Gucci to also elevate as well. So I think that has really helped his career get to another level, and it's also helped him maintain.